Hello! For those of you who are new to us, I am Miss Christy, the Artistic Director here at Elite Performance and Fusion Center. This week we are going to be working on more makeup. Back in the spring we did a video based on our show makeup that is often used for our recitals. Now we're taking this a lot further. We are going to be diving into some of the different makeup designs that we've used for our Halloween shows, for some of our Christmas stuff, photo shoots, and all kinds of stuff. So throughout this week, we are going to also learn a little bit more extensively now about our fake eyelashes and how you can apply them, and some of the other little things that go into making stage makeup happen. We'll also learn about some of the cleanup process because that can be a little bit challenging. And in my previous video, I had kind of shown how to take your makeup off, but we're going to talk about how to clean up the materials in use since we are using cream makeup. As most of you know, I have piercings in my ears, my nose. I take those out whenever we go to perform, unless if there is some reason why they are part of the show that I'm doing. So I've removed all of that. Another reminder is making sure that your nail polish matches. So usually it's some kind of a neutral tone that usually falls into your makeup guidelines. On occasion, you may be asked to do a different shade, but again, that comes down to director approval. We also start with a blank face. Reason I look a lot of bit washed out right now. I definitely do not have any makeup on. So clean slate every time you start. You don't want to have anything on your face. You want it nice and dry. I usually wash my face and completely make sure that my face is dry before I apply my makeup. And my hair is a little on the crazy side because I wait until after my makeup is done to put my hair up. And I had kind of made mention of this before, but I do that because, especially in how we style our hair for shows, the gel and hairspray are meant to stick. And so when you're applying your entire face and you go to seal that in, or if you have to edge around a hairline for any reason, you don't want to have your hair coated in blush and have it be noticeable, or in any kind of a bronzer or anything. So I do my hair after my makeup, so that way if any residue did happen to fall into my hairline, I can comb that out and you'll see my natural hair then instead. So it makes it a little bit easier instead of having a battle over the gel and hairspray. A couple of things that I would like to be able to cover today would entail curling of eyelashes and applying eyelashes. So there are a lot of different tricks and whatnot that you'll find around the internet, and that's totally cool, to each their own. I am more of a strong advocate for curling your eyelashes naturally. When you go to use these, there's a little rubber part on the side that goes closest to your eye, and there is a fairly thin metal top. You want to get that as close to your eyelid as possible and gently crimp down. You should not have the eyelid pinched in here. I cannot stress that enough. It does not feel nice. You do that as close to the eyelid as possible, and then you go to the kind of halfway point, you pull it out just a little bit, and then you detail the end. Now there are some tricks where you could possibly heat these up or crimp down harder and hold longer. I can honestly say I've only ever suggested heating it up gently, very, very gently, in a circumstance where sometimes dancers have really thick eyelashes that are super straight and they may need a little extra assistance because sometimes just crimping it doesn't do anything. But even still, you do not want to make that a regular thing. Usually once you get the first round going and you get a bit more used to using these, you don't need to do that as much. I also suggest that you only hold for like 3 counts. I'll crimp it down to my eyelash and hold it 1, 2, 3, and then I'll move on. I prefer if you don't see it crimping super nicely by the time you do the 3 times pulling out, then go over it again. By doing it several times, you're actually making it curl more naturally instead of just crimp, hold, and then you get like a jagged line shooting up. Even though we're doing show makeup, you still want it to blend into what will be the fake eyelashes. Which leads me to my next thing. I actually store my eyelashes in a contact container. So there are a ton of different eyelashes. This set is one of the ones that I just am able to toss on really quick and not care too terribly much. There is a difference in how you would apply your fake eyelashes for a show versus your standard wear. And again, I cannot stress this enough. You are doing this to be in front of people from a distance. There's usually lighting involved. This is not your standard day makeup, so do not apply it as such. One of the tricks to using the fake eyelashes is to open up the inner part of the eye. So I will actually put my eyelashes further out so the accent pulls my eyelashes out instead of trying to fill in the gap in the corner here. We actually try to purposely keep this part of our eye open because from a stage perspective, it doesn't close your face out. It allows us to actually see your face. Eyelash adhesive is something that I just encourage you to just get a tube of by itself. Reason being, usually those little ones that can come with some of the eyelashes, they'll dry out super fast and it's just easier to have a tube of your own. When I apply my fake eyelashes, I actually like to just take a drop and I'll put it on the side of my hand and I'll slide my eyelashes through. That way, by having that secondary spot, I'm not just dumping a whole vat of eyelash glue on it. It also keeps your glue a little bit safer then. Bear in mind, when I do put makeup on my hands, I am also that person who, as some have referred to, a little bit of a germaphobe. So my hands are always spotless when I'm using my makeup, whether it's for myself or for others, because I have seen a lot of crazy things happen in the makeup realm, and I do not want to risk some of the weird infections that occur. So all of the makeup that we are using, I make sure my hands are clean. I make sure everything has been sterilized when I'm done using it. It's a good way to make sure that you're keeping yourself safe in the long run. So again, I like to make sure that I put this on my hand rather than directly onto the eyelash, especially if sometimes I've reused eyelashes, which I will go into when we talk about cleanup. Overall, we use cream makeup or things that have, or makeup shades that are less sheer. On occasion, we have to get a little bit creative, however, in how we apply different things to our faces. So sometimes we'll have cheeks, sometimes we have to do things with our eyebrows, and there are a couple of different ways you can go about this. I've seen some dancers try to use the eyelash glue to keep eyebrows down if we have to make them disappear. Another trick is to actually use a glue stick. Now, the glue stick has to be non-toxic, and we all have kind of, again, our go-to brand, but I don't want to get in trouble for naming brands. But we use that glue stick then to place our eyebrow hair down so it's firmly secured to our face, because we don't always just want to like get rid of them like personally. So we'll use different tricks like that to make it appear as though we don't have eyebrows, and then we can conceal that with makeup. Now, when I say things like using non-toxic glue and things like that, you, this doesn't mean you get to just use whatever. I've seen some very interesting things on the internet where we're using like crayons and whatnot. We are in the dance world, we are not doing that. That is a whole other level. That is not actually its intended purpose. Things like the non-toxic glue sticks, that is a trick of the trade that we have used just forever. And again, you still have to be safe with it. This brings me to my next point. When we are using different colors, there are many colors that do not belong on different parts of your face. Blue is a common color that we use. However, many of the creams are not designed to be on your lips or mouth area. They do, however, make some that are approved to be able to be on your lips, on your mouth. You have got to read the instructions. You have got to make sure that you are reading if it is safe to place there. The coloring that is used reacts differently with the different types of skin that you have going on your face. So you need to be super careful when you are using shades like that. Purple is often one of those colors too that you'll find is not safe for the lips or the eyes. Green, because of some of the different shades that are used and different coloring that is used in there, the greens are oftentimes not safe for like the lips. It falls kind of into that blue category. So just be very, very hyper vigilant in regards to the type of makeup you are using. Same thing for shades of like red, orange. There are a lot of pinks that you cannot actually use around the eyes. So you, again, this goes back to the colors that are used to create the product. Same thing for the eyes though. There are a number of products out there that are designed purposely to be safe for your eyes. It just so happens the standard cream makeup that you may find in like a store usually does not meet those kind of guidelines. So there's special makeup that we use to be able to go around the eyes or around our mouth. Always be sure to read. I cannot stress that enough. I will see you tomorrow as we start putting some makeup on our faces. I will see you then.